Welcome to Modern Femme-ily with your host and resident lesbian, Cassie. Join her and our resident LGBTQIA plus ally, Molly, as they talk to women of all walks of life to discuss everyday matters of a woman's world. Join these lovely beauties every Friday at 8 p.m. to talk about hot topics, sensitive topics, but most of all, the real topics.
Hello, lovely humans. Welcome to another live episode of Modern Femme-ily. I have my smart glasses on this evening. Basically, I didn't feel like putting my contacts in and poking myself in the eyes with these. So that's why you're getting what you're getting this evening. Yeah. So anyway, welcome if you are new here. If you are returning, we are so glad to have you back. And again, to be live. We are so excited to be live with everybody. So tonight's episode is going to be slightly different than our normal happy-go-lucky, goofy episodes. There will still be rambling. There will still be trains leaving Dysfunction Junction. It will still be that same, fuckery. But it's going to be a little more serious. So with our disclaimer this evening, tonight is your night where you should definitely grab your favorite cocktail, mocktail, snack, beverage, whatever your pleasure, and lock yourself in the bathroom. Because tonight there will be swear words. As you can see, I already said one. There will be very serious topic discussion. It needs to be done. It needs to be said. And we're here. We have opinions. We have uteruses, as I stated in our post. And we need to talk. So I'm going to bring out my lovely co-host. We have another amazing guest joining us this evening to discuss as well. So let me bring out my co-host, Molly, and then we'll get our special guest out. So here comes Molly.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm ready to get into it because, again, like you said, we have opinions and we have uteruses. Yeah. And I'm fired up. The discussion we had, before we got on, really kind of got my gears going, I'm just angry. What the heck?
Yeah, no, for real. It's a serious topic. And before we jump headfirst into that and bring out our special guest, I'm going to tell everybody where they can find us, where they can see us every week.
Always forget.
See all of our, as I already called it, fuckery, because, you know, it happens. But first and foremost, make sure you check us out on our WLFE-DB.com. Or their Facebook, which is WLFE-DB Radio, and then their LGBTQIA plus page, because why? We fall under all of those beautiful umbrellas.
We do.
But we have our own social media. We have a Facebook, Instagram, and a YouTube channel. They're all spelled exactly the same way as up here on our banner, except for Instagram, there are no dashes. So, Molly, you can do the upright, right? You know where that's at.
Yeah, but I always do it in the wrong area.
That's all right. It's up there. Everybody can read it. It's up there in the middle. So make sure you check us out on all of our social media. And on our social media,
don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Yeah. Because then you get to watch and have fun with us. And drink sometimes a soda or a cocktail.
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to have some tonight. I was going to have a glass of wine or maybe a glass of tequila on the rocks. But I figured, you know what? You're already fired up enough.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, you know what? I always forget. Okay. I went to my fridge and I was like, I want a beer. But then I remembered last episode where I had what Charlie drinks and I was like, and I don't have any more of what I drink. So I was like, I don't have anything to drink. So I'm just going to drink a soda. I forget I have hard alcohol. Charlie, make me a drink.
Hubby, if you're watching. If you're watching.
I mean, I know he's watching because I can hear myself echoing.
Well, and it's funny. I yelled out of my studio, going live.
Right.
And I could hear our intro in the living room.
Yes.
And I was like, is she going to stay in the living room? Is she going to plug in her headphones? That's going to throw me off my game.
Right. Right.
But I don't hear it anymore. So either she went in her
know.
banishment room or she plugged in her headphones to the TV. I don't know. But
Either
anyhow,
or works.
yeah, either or is fine. But so I want to bring out our special guest,
Mhm.
and we're gonna jump right into this because
Yeah.
we've 5 minutes into the show and we have a lot to say. So, all right. So we're going to bring in our special guest. If you are not new here and you have joined us previously, I'm sure you love this person as much as we do. And Molly introduced me to her. So we're going to bring her out right now. Mind your own uterus.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Listen.
That is perfect.
Yes.
Hello, Kat.
Hi.
Thank you so much for joining us on this hot topic evening.
Mhm.
Don't mind me, I'm playing with my chopsticks. I do have sushi to eat, so I will be eating
so
sushi
yum.
while we discuss, but I'm not just playing with chopsticks. Like, I do have a purpose for them.
Right.
Well, I am very excited that you guys asked me to be on this episode. It is
Yeah.
something very near and dear to my heart and my body. It's something we can't ignore or let them make decisions for us anymore. Like this, we can't do this anymore. We need to gather our girls, our women, our tribe, and stand up.
Yeah. Yep. And I always try to be inclusive, and it's work, trust me. And that's why I always say uterus having humans, because it is women. You're right. But there are our trans siblings who still have uteruses who are affected by this as well.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
And we all have to stand in solidarity or nothing's going to change.
Well, and like we always preach about like equal rights, right? But you're literally not giving me a right to my body. So that's definition, not an equal right. So we're not going forward, right? We're going like 50 fucking steps back.
Yeah.
What is happening? This is 2022.
Yeah.
Come on.
Well, we should have flying cars by now. This is ridiculous.
Again, too, guys, this is like what was leaked.
Yes.
The Roe v. versus Wade possibly being overturned.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, for those of you who are watching, if you have no idea what we're talking about, on May 2nd, there was a draft leaked from the Supreme Court of the possible overturning of Roe versus Wade. And Roe versus Wade was a landmark decision in the U.S. Supreme Court that ruled the Constitution of the United States protects women's rights to have an abortion without excessive government restrictions. Yep. And that was put in place on January 22nd, 1973.
Yeah.
And RBG was there.
Well, and like I was saying before, we've already done this.
Yeah.
We've already fought this battle. They won it for us.
Yep.
Right?
Exactly.
So here we are. Plus, sorry, I'll back down in just a second. But 69.1% of the population is for furthering abortions and like access and all that stuff and funding. 69.1%. How can more than half of the country say, okay, we accept this? But yet this law, these like what? Judges in like robes are saying, just kidding. Who are these guys?
Absolutely. Like,
sorry, that was
what the hell just happened to our country? Like, how are we still fighting the fights that my mom fought in the 60s with Black Lives Matter and women's rights? Like,
thank you.
The Black Panthers used to march with the LGBTQIA plus community and the women's rights community because we wanted rights for all of the people that weren't old white Christian guys.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
What? Why?
Absolutely.
How are we still doing this?
Yeah.
Well,
How is
and
this still happening?
Yep.
let's talk about like their justification is that it's not founded in the Constitution. Okay, let's talk about when this document like was made in 1776. I don't know what was happening in 1776. Women didn't have rights. We had slaves. What is
Yeah.
how what?
Oh,
Of
and we
course
took
it's
over
not
a
gonna
country
be
that
in there.
didn't belong to us
Sure did.
and did mass genocide on the
Absolutely.
people who lived here, and we're still fucking them over.
Yep.
Oh, please, yeah.
And their
Absolutely.
women? Oh my God. How many indigenous women go missing
Yes.
And they're never,
every month, every day?
yeah.
Yes.
How many? How many of these women
Mm-hmm.
need
Oh, I know.
Well,
Right?
and
I know.
one of my biggest issues with that is when you hear about a missing woman. All right, we'll go on that topic for a moment. When you hear about a missing woman, what does that woman look like? 9 out of 10 times.
white female,
Oh, yeah.
white woman.
Yeah.
Well, that whole
So-
thing of that girl who went missing and her boyfriend who like killed her. Really?
Mhm.
Because she was cute on Instagram, people freaked out?
Right. Like the injustice.
But how many indigenous women went missing that exact same month?
Yep.
And nobody saw their faces.
Nope. Nobody heard a peep about them. Or African American, Hispanic. Nobody hears anything about that.
Or
Right.
our sweet little Asian ladies.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Yeah. Like
So
there's an injustice to women across the board.
right.
Absolutely.
So, like not only are we fighting like all that stuff, but now we're adding this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Because we didn't have enough to deal with before.
Right.
Not getting paid
Exactly.
enough, not getting the paternity leave that, other countries get. My
Right.
God.
Right.
The healthcare that other countries get.
Oh, please.
Yeah.
And now
You know-
we have to, worry about sex trafficking.
I was just gonna say, what about trafficking?
Oh,
like-
yeah.
Murder, rape. Come on. And
Yeah.
that's the thing too.
We are something more than breeding cattle.
Absolutely.
Exactly. And
And
no
let's-
one's property either.
Damn straight.
Well, and I'm not just you. My worth isn't in my uterus and how many children I can produce.
Nope.
I live in Utah. Really? Like,
Ugh.
they pop out
Yeah.
kids every time they fucking sneeze here.
You get one. You get one. You get
Oh
one.
my God.
Everyone's getting one.
It's to the point where it's like, I know every single Tahoe I see is filled to the brim
Yeah.
with
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
yeah.
Real quick, Reese put up a comment.
Mm.
It says there's about to be another women's march, shoulder to shoulder across the country, pink pussy hats galore.
I have one.
This is a hill that I, for one, will fucking die on.
I will. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. And
Absolutely.
I've always been like,
Molly
I don't-
has always.
always. And I was like, what I was raised in the faith, right? I would consider myself identifying as like a believer, but like kind of like also, open-minded and not like easily to believe in. Anyway,
You're religious.
You don't fall for the bullshit.
well,
but you're not culty.
right. And I like, anyway. So, of course, I was like raised Lutheran, so they are a branch off of Catholic. And
Lutheran's Catholic light.
dude, we're literally called the lazy Catholic. Or,
Yeah.
That's great.
So that was my upbringing, right? So in that conservative denomination,
Conservative.
yeah, abortion was like murder. Like you
Right.
were not. It was not you weren't allowed to.
Yeah.
It was not a thing. But what's funny is if you go to the Bible in Numbers chapter 5, it says God instructs men that who suspect their women to being pregnant from like infidelity to take them to a priest, and the priest will give them bitters, and that bitters will force them to bleed.
So, right there in the Bible, poison a woman because
right. Well, so I mean, yes. So if like I want to say, if your rock that you're standing on it's your Christianly ways,
and it's in the Bible,
go read the good book, my friend. I got some you can borrow.
Right. Like I say this all the time when it comes to like LGBTQIA plus members.
Yeah.
You don't get to pick and choose. You don't get to like lesbians as a straight male because you fantasize about us in a sexual way, and not not like gay men or trans women or men or non-binary. You don't get to pick and choose your favorites. That's not how this works.
No.
Right. Well, and also if I was like agnostic or an atheist, why is your good book telling me how to live my life? I don't believe in it. So why should your laws or your morals or your ideology apply to me?
Yeah.
I don't want anything to do with it.
Right. Yeah.
So like that doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like,
when I watched, I forget who it was. I can't remember. She was like a news anchor or someone on like The View or a talk show.
Yeah.
She said, I am not a Christian. I am not a religious person. And if you are, that's fine. But why is it you get to dictate what I do with my body? Because if I were to tell you to leave the church, that it's bad for you, you would be like, how dare you?
Right.
It's the same thing, just flip-flopped.
Exact same thing.
Right.
You know, it's
not push your ideals on me because it makes you feel better about your life and your choices.
Exactly.
No, you don't get to push that on other people. It's like opinions are like assholes.
Facts.
Everyone's got one. I am not going to run around showing you my asshole.
Right.
Don't show me yours.
Right.
Don't.
It's so true.
Well, and I think we're talking like, I'm like definitely referring to like the politicians that like back that as their reasoning to ban abortions is that, you know, it's not Christian. It's, you know, that doesn't need to be said there. I mean, in what should be is separation of church and state. Absolutely believe that.
But this country has always had a problem with that. And they,
well, because our founders, what were they? Christian white men.
Yeah.
As you said before, Kat. Yeah.
And they didn't want to be persecuted for their own faith and what they wanted to do, but yet religion. They will sit there and tell everybody else how to do everything and how to be. And
because that was the structure, right? So that's what started it. And so that's the basis of what everything is now in the country. And it's been really hard to break away because anytime you tried, AKA, let's say Salem witch trials, you know,
right? Because pagan women are so scary,
right? If you weren't the norm, if you didn't go to, you know, church, you unfortunately at that time religion was ridiculous, and you were like, if you did not think like the church, you were done.
Right. You were already tied to the stake, and the
wasn't
entire community
reason
was like,
why we left England in the first place. Like,
I mean, we keep doing
really.
And this is a thing too. Like, why do we keep doing the same shit over and over?
Thank you.
Because we don't fucking learn.
Well, and isn't the definition of insanity doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result?
Yes.
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 we keep going back to like, you know, these old white men, you know, and unfortunately we see it everywhere.
Yeah.
But why are there certain political, I don't even know the word, positions that you can be in for 50 years?
Which is
Or for-
insane. You should not be able to spend more than 10 years
Yeah.
in any Senate or House or anything like that. You
Right.
I
shouldn't.
mean, correct me if I'm wrong. To get out of the Supreme Court, you die.
You die. Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
And let's talk about that for just like 1 second, because I watched this video and I really liked what was like kind of said. It's like, let's talk about the Supreme Court and like what they actually do, right? The theory is that these are the top lawyers, right, and know the law inside and out, and especially constitutional law. So they're supposed to be like non-biased, objective. Okay, but
Right.
who are these people? They went to law school, you know, then their companies paid for their going more to law school type thing. So they were molded there, and then they got help from other people who molded them and got their ideologies. And, you know, so they're where they got today, those people who helped them out are kind of like puppet masters, wouldn't you think?
Well, and what kind of schools did they go to?
That's what I'm saying. Like Ivy League, all, you know, and
Ivy
stuff.
League,
Yeah,
white
it's like this
schools.
run of grossness up to the Supreme Court, and then you think that they're going to make objective decisions, but they don't, because they're human. They have an agenda. They have their own moral compass.
Yep.
And their own cronies to keep happy.
Yeah. We just had a comment come in, and it's an amazing point, and I was going to say this as well. And I'm going to pop the comment up. So Charlie says the same people who would have abortion banned will also say that banning assault weapons won't stop criminals from acquiring them. That same logic applies to abortion. Banning them won't end abortions. It will only ensure that illegal, unsafe abortions will occur, and more women will die as a result. It's 150,000% accurate.
Yeah.
I watched this story. And she was saying, like, she came from a country who, like, abortion was, like, illegal. She was raped when she was 13. So the guy who raped her took her to a back alley abortion clinic or whatever, fucked her up, and, like, literally took her choice of having children away.
And that's
assaulted her on all fronts.
And that's our reality.
Yeah.
That's our reality. Because we live in a world already where, if, unfortunately, some men, if they like are like want something, they're gonna take it.
They take it, exactly.
Any way that they can.
And I'm so tired of hearing women this, women that, you have to be accountable, stand up for yourself, blah, 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 blah. Where the fuck is the men's accountability in this act?
Yeah.
How is me wearing short shorts or a short skirt, how does that give anyone the right to touch me?
Thank you.
In any way?
Yeah.
I have a son, and I have taught my son to respect people, to respect humans.
Yeah.
He can be around a girl who's wearing a bikini, and he is not out, like, so overwhelmed with his urges that he's just going to go after her. It's respecting humans.
Yeah.
Just because I'm wearing a short skirt or a low-cut blouse, or shit, maybe I'm on a hike and I'm wearing nothing but a sports bra on top. That does not give you the right to touch me.
Yeah. Yep. And it's horrible because even a simple act of, walking down the street, someone could take away your choice and commit an action to where you're put into a situation of, do I or don't I? And if we don't have safe clinics to go to, are we going back to wire hangers? Are we going back to throwing ourselves down staircases?
Are we going back to drinking potions
Yeah.
that some witch, sorry.
Well, we'll get the bitters.
Right.
From the Bible. Yep. We're good.
We'll get the recipe out of the Bible. Don't worry.
No,
We'll just take the recipe out of the good book.
Let's talk about too some states, right? If this gets turned, with what their laws are going to be like. Some states, if you are raped and you get an abortion, your attacker can sue you.
Yeah.
As can their family.
Yeah.
As can a citizen.
Yeah.
Yep. But so if you are raped and you decide to have said child,
he's not.
Are you going to have your attacker be a father figure for said child? I don't want that taught to my children.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Are you going to pay child support if I choose to have said child? The courts aren't going to force that on you. You're literally left out to dry.
Oh, yeah.
High and dry.
Yeah. Like it's absolutely ridiculous. I see another comment that came in. Women used to use coat hangers, drink bleach, throw themselves downstairs, or whatever other means they could think of to end pregnancies. Yeah.
Well, it gets really bad when Amazon starts treating their company or their employees better by offering $4,000 if you need to go and travel to get an abortion.
Oh, and just another thing.
They put out a statement.
You can buy Plan B on Amazon.
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
you can. And it has an amazing shelf life. So just throwing it out there.
Because you can also buy like the abortion pill online as well.
Plan B.
Oh,
I did not know
yeah,
that.
That's the Plan B.
Because there's no, I know, but this one you have to. Well, okay, there's
the day after pill, and then Plan B is kind of the after that pill. Yeah.
Right, but this one, okay. This one wasn't called. Okay.
We're on the same page, Molly. But the fact that you can get it on Amazon and it has an amazing shelf life, honestly, I plan on buying some. Not for myself because past that. But if anybody needs it.
Right.
If this happens, because if it happens because of what happened in Texas,
yep.
Utah's next.
Well,
Utah is next.
There was another state that just did it. I can't remember, but I want to say was it Oklahoma?
I think you're right. Like somewhere Oklahoma, Georgia, maybe.
Like that area.
That little area. Yeah.
But it was another one. And unfortunately, it was abortion laws and trans rights.
Yeah. And they lump it together.
That makes zero fucking sense to me.
Right?
Like
how?
Because I know a lot of trans people, and they are the best fucking people I've ever met in my life.
Oh, well, yeah.
Like, they're not out there causing all this havoc. Like,
they're not out there raping and pillaging.
Well, and it's just like the simple fact of just like, let me live my fucking life.
Thank you. Like, last I checked, I wasn't giving birth to a fucking 65-year-old, 80-year-old, or a 65-year-old white man. So I'm going to need you to get your head out of my fucking uterus, okay?
Right.
Well, and let's talk. Has there ever been a march or like a gathering or a protest against like something that was being attacked on the men's body.
There's no.
I'm
We
gonna
haven't
eat
asked
this 'cause I
all
have
of them
nothing
to
to
get vasectomies. Like,
I mean, so
women have to have birth control. Women have to be in charge of all of that. What do they need? They need a condom in their wallet.
right, but then half the time they don't want to use it because it doesn't feel right.
It doesn't feel right. Fuck you. Giving birth doesn't feel right. I fucking done it.
Right?
No.
It hurts.
Like, well, and I watched a video earlier. Everybody watching, all of us did so much research on this topic. So we had our facts straight because we don't want people coming here being like, that's not right. That's not right. We did our fucking research, trust and believe.
Well, and like, if you want to correct, please correct. And if I'm wrong, I'll admit it. So don't
absolutely.
pray for that either. But no, and of course, like, it's near and dear to like each one of us.
Right.
So we've been kind of, well, first off, I didn't even know it was happening because I was not on any social media for like 3 days. And then like when it launched or whatever, I did not know it was happening. And then Cassie was like, hey, I was like, wait, what? So I'm like, I Googled it and I was like, what?
How?
So, like, I was in bliss, ignorant bliss.
Oh,
Sorry, I bursted your bubble, girl.
Oh,
Yes.
Cassie comes in with big old needle, pops, big old coat hanger, pops your fucking comfort bubble.
Sorry.
Damn it. Like, are we ever gonna get any sleep? Like,
No.
Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
No, we're not.
But like we've already burned our bras. We've already done it once.
And we've finally gotten to the point where it's like we're done with most of us are done with the body shaming and the bullshit, beauty bullshit.
Right.
Like, we wear makeup because we like it. Like, it's finally to that point to where we don't look like 1950s housewives because we fucking aren't. And I'm sorry, but those housewives had it made because they had real Coke in their Coca-Cola.
Thank you,
like,
right?
Damn.
And let's be honest, it was only the privileged white people
who
had those housewives.
Right.
Most of the population didn't have.
But that whole look where you had to be dressed to the nines constantly and da-da-da. And then, really? Can't we just be comfortable?
No.
Can't you just...
No, we can't.
Think I'm beautiful when I have no makeup on and no bra on? And can't you just think I'm beautiful whatever fucking size I am?
Thank you.
Because I'm a beautiful human?
Yep.
Well, I mean, people do, right? There are people.
But we just got to that fucking point and then this happens?
Mm-hmm.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No. Because
it's funny. I almost dressed like a 50s housewife tonight. I almost did my hair and makeup like it.
Rosie the Riveter.
Yeah, and been like, hi everybody. We've gone back in time.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I was. And then
I got a whole bunch of feminist stickers. I really love them. Yeah. Like, ooh.
I'm not sure what that says.
Yeah, what's it say?
Support your local badass woman.
I mean,
yes. Yeah. Yep. I feel like we need to, when we do finally get merch, we need to have feminist stickers and...
Honey, I have been trying... Would you hurry up and get the fucking merch?
Well, our 1 year is coming up. We're almost at our 1 year mark. June 1st will be our 1 year.
June 1st? Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the fuckery that we have on our regular...
What the fuck was that, Molly?
What the hell happened?
My light fell off. It scared the shit out of me. So that's what was.
All right. So on that note, I think that's a perfect time for us to go to commercial.
Yeah. Molly needs to fix her light.
All right, everybody. Sit tight right, we're gonna go to commercial real quick. Molly's gonna collect herself. Kat and I are gonna stop laughing at Molly, and we will be back in just a moment.
Hey guys and dolls, this is Casey DeVille, the better half of DeVille Inc., Baltimore, Maryland. If you're ever in Baltimore, stop in and see me and Tony. Invisible Brie, 5920 Eastern Avenue, Baltimore, Maryland, 21224. Give us a call if you're in the area at 410-400-9641, or look us up on the web at DeVilleInc.com. DeVille Inc., where we specialize in you.
Try again, buddy. Try again. Yay! Okay. Oh yeah, good job. Oh.
Oh, yeah. Life just got sweeter now that WLFE DB has merchandise. Show your support by purchasing your t-shirts for WLFE, Paratalk Radio, Inside the Drag Closet, and more. But it doesn't stop there. T-shirts, coffee mugs, tanks, buttons, cloth bags, and more. Go to WLFE-DB.com. On the top bar, click on the merchandise tab and bam, there you go. You got merch. Support the shows. WLFE-DB.com. You're listening to WLFE DB Radio. Now back to our program.
Hello, Molly. Are we good
We're
now?
back. Oh yeah, we're good. Lights fixed. Will it fall again? I don't know. Props. Will I make the face?
Probably.
Absolutely.
That's all right. We have a very serious show this evening, so that was a great comedic break in the middle.
Serious.
It was needed. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So we have so many comments that I want to pull up. So Reese says Alabama's abortion law actually labels abortion as the equivalent of murder, and the mother will be charged with murder. And other people who assist with the abortion can be charged as an accessory to murder.
And okay, can we talk about how we're not talking about 8-month pregnancies? We're talking about first term.
Thank
this
you.
Vessel or whatever will not survive out of the womb. That's what we're talking about, people.
A cluster of cells, literally. Like, and for all we know, it could be a COVID cell. Like, I'm being dramatic, but you know what I mean? Like, it's a cluster of cells. Race actually posted something on social media the other day that questioned 2 growing fetuses and said, which one of these is a baby, right? Tell me which one of these is a human baby. And one was an elephant. And one was, I forget what the other, but it was another animal. You could not tell what it was.
Right.
Well, and even animals know what things to eat to expel a pregnancy when it's not the right time, or they're sick, or any myriad of things that can happen in the wild kingdom.
Yep.
They know how to take care of it themselves. Why the fuck can't we?
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, this is graphic and gross, but I have seen cats have kittens and literally eat their kittens, whether they are not suited to be a mother and they know that, or there is something wrong with said kitten and it will not make it. You know, I'm not saying that we should eat our young. However, they are smart enough to make that decision, but
Right.
I can't decide if I want to terminate a pregnancy.
And
In a reasonable freaking time
what if
frame.
we have
Right.
even, like, we've gone with rape, which that incest, like those situations. What about the medical situations?
Thank you.
Right.
Exactly. Yep.
Like, there are medical situations where,
Charlie says, and of course, instances of rape or atopic pregnancies.
yeah, where it's
That-
not going to survive, or
Yeah.
the family. I would have never wanted to put my family in the position to choose between my life and an unborn child.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I mean, case in point, like my mom had I was born in 87 in Germany. So my mom had there are several stages or types of placenta previa. She had the rarest form. So if she were not in the hospital for as long as she was, and it was longer than your typical, I'm going to have a baby in the hospital, like in the hospital time, she would have bled to death, and so would have I.
Yeah.
So if in that case, if they would have said to her, your best option is to terminate, you know, unfortunately, I would not be here. But if my mom lived and got to have other children, then so be it.
but it's a choice. It's
Exactly.
a choice.
It's
You're
a choice.
taking my choice
And
away.
all other countries have the choice.
Well,
Yeah.
most developed.
Well,
yeah. Developed countries.
true.
But we're supposed to be a developed country, okay? We live in the
Right.
United States.
Allegedly.
Right. Yeah.
Allegedly.
For being a developed country, we're pretty underprivileged in a lot of areas, but
And we're backwards and fucking stupid in so many areas.
We're just
right.
like
And
climbing backwards, and I feel like the majority of the country is like not wanting all the shit that's happening.
I saw another video, and it's funny because this was a man, and he said, "Here is my call to action. Where are my girl dads at? Because this may not affect me, but it sure as hell affects my daughter."
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And they're gonna, for a lack of a better way to put it, fuck around and find out what unites people.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna fuck around when their side pieces get pregnant and there's no abortion clinics.
Right?
Oh, then it's okay. Like,
Then
how
they're
many
like,
senators
"Oh,
and how many lawmakers have allowed their side pieces to get abortions because they didn't want the political backlash
Right.
of
This can't
having,
be known. This can't be seen.
right?
Well,
Oh,
yeah, the ones that are on the like the pro-life side.
but they're not pro-life. If you're going to kill the mother because of this, you're not pro-life.
Mm-mm.
You're pro-control.
Oh, absolutely.
You are so pro-control.
Mm-hmm.
And it's bullshit.
Yeah.
We have a
And-
female vice president.
Thank you.
Who's like, I watched some of her speeches on this. Yo. At least the bits that I've seen, girls doing us proud.
I watched the Attorney General of New York City, or of New York. She did a rally, and she was like, "This is not happening.
I know.
This is not happening."
What? And that's like, and I want to be like, I'm tired. I'm so tired, right? I feel like the woes of what people have fought are now pressing down again.
Yeah.
Like, I just,
And
I
they're
feel like
working
that doesn't make
so
sense, but like,
hard.
I'm
It's
just tired.
yeah, tired of the bullshit. I'm tired of the hate. I'm
Yeah.
tired.
Well, of fighting, of why, and then again, if I fight too loud, I'm irrational and emotional.
Oh,
Bitches
yeah.
can't have it both ways.
Thank you. If I stand up for myself, it's not that I'm a loud, uncontrolled bitch. It's,
Right.
again, we're going back to my body, my choice.
Yeah.
So because that reigns into effect with your masks with the pandemic, it still covers my uterus.
Yeah. Oh, you don't want to wear a mask because that is against your civil rights, but yet you want to tell me what I can and can't do with my body, what I can and can't wear because it may provoke you.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Oh, they try, yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, they're trying.
Like,
I mean, that's the thing, and that's the shitty part, is we're not gonna know until like June.
Yeah. And unfortunately, here in Pennsylvania, our governor did make a statement that as long as he is in office, abortions will still be safe and legal here in PA. However, he will no longer be in office come, what did I say, it was September, November, August?
Whatever the next election.
Yeah, because he cannot run again.
Yeah. And
but senators can be there for 50 fucking years.
Well,
and Supreme Court justices as well.
Well,
they're there till they die.
Yeah.
They die out.
Like, shit, I wish I had a job where I could be there till I died and not just because.
Seriously.
But with all this, RBG has got to be rolling in her grave.
At least I feel like, yeah, she was worthy of that position.
I feel like she was almost like the voice of reason of, are y'all fucking hearing yourselves?
Yeah.
Like, you've got to be kidding me, right? Like,
I know.
And then God takes her from us and the world burns in a fucking dumpster fire.
Right. Like, overnight, everything just went to shit.
Well, could you imagine if it didn't get leaked and just like all of a sudden we're like, oh yeah, by the way, this happened.
Well, and I feel like they did that almost on purpose because we were talking earlier.
Yeah.
The original Roe versus Wade document was leaked as well. So again, history is repeating itself once again, except now we're going backwards.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. And, sorry, go ahead.
No, and I was just their justification for it, again, is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
It's so stupid. They're so dumb.
Yep.
I'm eating my feet.
I didn't eat 2 sushi rolls. I feel you, girl. My feelings are definitely getting fed tonight. Okay. What I was gonna say is, so everyone is so pro-life, right? And not everybody. I don't mean that in a general sense, but the people who are preaching like, this,
who are for what is happening. That's who we say. Yeah.
Right. That's who I'm referring to when I say everyone. So they're pro-life. You can't even, what is it? One of the states had like a 6-week limit on abortions. Oh, that's barely my cycle. Okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even know I was pregnant because I wouldn't know to take a pregnancy test.
Because they mimic like PMS and pregnancy. They mimic each other. They can be kind of the same in the sense of the symptoms you're getting.
Right. So these states, and possibly, on a federal level are doing away with abortions. Okay. So you're so pro bring that child into the world. Are you putting money into social workers? Are you putting money into foster programs? Nope. Into adoption programs?
Nope.
Why does it cost hundreds of thousands of dollars to adopt for a heterosexual couple? And why is it almost unheard of for a same-sex couple to adopt? So you're
Well,
going to make these people bring children into the world they do not want for one reason or another. And, sorry, you're on your own.
we can't even take care of the children that we had. Can we talk about the outstanding, gross, like atrocities that have been done in foster homes
Yeah.
and never reported?
No,
We
Or
don't
how,
take our own children, but yet
how many
you
grandparents are raising their grandkids, or aunts and uncles raising their nieces and nephews because said parent is so drugged out
nowhere to be seen.
yeah.
and nowhere to be seen.
Yeah.
Well, I saw a thing on it. So it's so often that a father, I use that term loosely, it's so easy for them to bounce out and be like, all right, I don't want to, not pay child support, and the court doesn't force it for whatever reason or another. I know people who have gone years without receiving child support that was mandated by a court and didn't get it, nor did they get back pay.
Mm-hmm.
It's so easy for them to bounce out. But as soon as a woman's like, you know what, this isn't for me, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
We're bad people. We don't get that decision.
Right.
Like, it's such a double standard. And I mean, it's a double standard on a lot of different levels for women versus men.
It's multifaceted.
Yes.
Yes.
And it's just like, again, they have the choice to bounce out and not be a part of the child's life. What if I don't want the child either? What if I'm not ready for the child?
We're deemed horrible women because
you.
we're not good mothers.
Yeah.
Who said I wanted to be a mom?
Then you shouldn't have done the deed.
Thank you. And hearing that, Reese says there was a piece of shit politician from Ohio that said publicly, I told my daughters that if they were to get raped, they should lie back and enjoy it. Like, what the actual fuck is wrong with people in this country? You would tell your daughter to lay back and enjoy being raped?
Well, that's gross.
These are the people we have leading the blind masses.
Well, it's the thought that they can just have and take whatever they damn well please.
Exactly. And like Kat said earlier, just because I wear a low-cut shirt or a short skirt does not give you the right to reach out and grab me by the pussy.
Well, and it's not even like, right. You don't, you don't even have to be wearing those things, and like things will happen too. You know, it's unfortunate. And what's unfortunate is that daughter that's living under that household.
Yeah.
I feel sorry
What
for
is she
her.
being raised in?
Yeah.
To lay back and take it? Basically is what you're because you're not going to enjoy something that you don't want.
Yeah.
So you're telling me to lay back and take it.
That goes right back to where marital rape, like,
oh yeah,
it has to be two consensual people.
Oh, absolutely.
If your wife, you don't own her, you don't own her vagina, you don't own her body in any way, shape, or form, you are not allowed to touch or penetrate her in any way, shape, or form just because she said, I do.
Thank you.
In the beginning.
In the beginning.
Right.
Like, when Reese and I always joke, we're like, here's my consent. But in reality, if I were to say, you know, hey, babe, I'm just not feeling it tonight, can we just not? Or vice versa, 110%. Because if you're not feeling it for one reason or another, we're not going forward. That's all I had to say, babe.
And consent can change in the middle.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
You can be in the middle of something and go, you know what? Just not okay with that. Or even reading your partner's body language.
Yeah. Because I can choose to not eat a full burger. Like, I can stop in the middle of a fucking burger and throw it away. I should have that same concept applied to sex.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You should watch a YouTube video about sex ed and consent, and it's done all in English, like fancy English.
Yeah.
And it's stickmen, and it's about tea, and consent is tea. And in the time that it takes to brew the tea and pour the tea, if they change their mind, they don't have to drink the tea, and you can't force them to drink the tea.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And if someone is passed out, you can't make them drink the tea.
That's not consent, people.
That is not consent.
I cannot remember for the life of me in what state it was, but they ruled a fucking law that said basically if you're drunk, it's still like giving consent. Like
it's consent.
If you're yes.
Yep.
There's no such thing as being too drunk to say like no.
Yeah.
Like, not
because
being
if you
able
say
to
no when you're that drunk, it's not really a no.
Well, and there's like, so yeah, you can be taken advantage of when you're like super intoxicated, just lying there.
Yeah.
Be taken to court and they'll throw it out. Because you still could have said no.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
All right. We're back in the Middle Ages. Where's my sword?
Right.
Like, if we're going to go back to Middle Ages, where is my chainmail? Where is my big, beautiful horse? And where's my sword? Because I will be my own knight in dirty armor.
A dragon. A
I
dragon.
want a fucking dragon.
Yes. Yes. If we're going back that far, I want a dragon.
I want a dragon.
Like, and not a drag queen. I want a fucking dragon.
There's some drag queen out there named Dragon going, bitch, I'm right here.
Right here. I'm right here. Right here. I had to have a conversation with some of my drag queen friends. Be like, I'm going to need you to change your name to Drag On. So you can be my dragon since we live in the Middle Ages now.
Yes.
Reese brought up
You get a dragon. You get a dragon.
We all get dragons. Reese says we can't have abortions. We can't have hysterectomies without permission of a man. What the fuck can we do with our bodies? Well, in that circumstance, my father is no longer here. My father passed when I was 13, and I am married to a woman. So who's going to give me permission to get a hysterectomy at 35 if I choose to have one?
Yeah.
Your doctor.
I asked to have my tubes tied after Morgan was born because he was a 10-pound baby.
Girl.
And I had to have reconstructive surgery done when he was months old because I shredded all the way up to my cervix.
Oof.
He was huge. Natural childbirth, like short women should not give birth to things that big. I asked to have my tubes tied, and I shit you not, a female doctor said, what if something happens to your son? Wouldn't you want to have another child? And I said, he's not a fucking puppy. You don't just replace him.
Right.
What does your husband think? I said, I'm not married. And she goes, what does the father think?
Fuck him. Who cares?
Well, and again.
And this was in the fucking 90s.
Well, yeah. Again, well, that's the thing with like the whole hysterectomy. Yeah. And then like the tube. No. Seriously, I have to. Yeah. My husband has to say yes. Are you serious? Again, I'm more than popping out fucking kids.
But a man doesn't have to have permission from his wife to get a vasectomy.
That's 110% reversible every time.
Yeah, no.
It's like you take the batteries out of the remote for the TV. It doesn't work. You put the batteries back in. Hey, look, it works again.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. I saw another video at the age of 18. Every man should have to have a vasectomy. And when their wife deems them ready to have children, or their doctor finds them mentally, emotionally grown enough to have children, they can have them turn back on.
Oh, honey, we wouldn't have very many babies then.
Thank you. Exactly. We'd have like 4 good men in the world, and Molly's got one of them. So
like, he did bring me a drink, just an FYI, if anybody was wondering, and it was so good.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, unfortunately, ladies, it is 9 p.m.
It is. I know.
And we have completely used up our whole hour, and I'm not regretting it. I loved every minute of this show. And we may have to continue it depending on what goes down with the overturning of Roe
Seriously.
versus Wade.
We may have to revisit this in June.
You'll
Yeah.
you'll hear our opinions about it, the whole thing,
Yes.
everything.
Yeah, because
All the things.
all the
Yes.
things, because we are uterus having humans.
Mhm.
We have opinions and we are not fucking scared to share them,
No.
because we don't have to agree, but you're not going to win this argument with us. So
No.
not going to happen. But because of all the bad shit in the world right now that we're dealing with, we do typically like to end the show on things we're happy about or good things, because, you know, Roe versus Wade and our body is not our choice. I don't know what to say now, because we
Right.
don't have a say in it. So,
Yeah.
but so we like to end on a positive note. I would like to go first, if you guys don't mind.
Yeah.
So one, I am thankful that we had this show, and I'm thankful for you ladies for having it with me. Because I do have a lot of strong opinions on it, and I like to be able to share my thoughts with the world.
Right.
So it may be a small world right now, but we're still growing, and is what it is. But secondly, yesterday, my older brother celebrated 10 months sober.
Oh, that's so awesome.
So I'm very proud of him. It's a long time coming, and he's come a long way. And I don't think he watches the show. I talked to him yesterday about the show, but I don't think he's ever watched it. But I'm just very proud of him.
It's so awesome.
It's been a struggle, and he's finally found his footing.
Right.
So next step is a year. So
There you go.
Awesome.
that'll
Yeah.
be great. But yeah, so that's what I'm thankful for this week. Anybody else?
Well, I'll go, but you're gonna make me look like a schmuck. Because I'm gonna say right now I'm not thankful. Right now I am angry. Right now, I'm gonna choose to stay in that anger, because that's gonna fuel my fight. And I just call all of I can't remember who said it in the beginning, but let's call everybody we can to get it together, because this shit can't happen.
Yeah. This is our call to action, honestly. You will see us at a women's march if it happens. We will totally go live.
Well, my
from
titties
DC.
out. I'll go that far.
We gotta wear pasties. We can't have nudity on Facebook or YouTube.
Just put stickers. Oh,
Right?
no.
We'll put your feminine stickers there.
Feminine stickers.
There you
I'll
go.
go that far. I mean business.
If we have to, we will go
Yeah.
live, and we will march together in solidarity for sure.
Especially
Absolutely.
Fuck it.
Yeah. DC, we're coming for you if it happens. Let's just be clear.
Camping out.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I am thankful for all the women who have came before me,
Mm.
who have been
Yeah.
fighting this since petticoats
Yeah.
and corsets, though I still like corsets, but that's neither here
Again,
nor there.
It's a joy. It's a
but-
joy.
It's a choice,
But-
and I choose to torture myself in them.
all the women who have come before us and have fought to get us to where we fucking thought we were,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want their fight to go in vain. I don't want their battle to end with them. It just doesn't stop with them.
Yeah.
I am carrying generations of women with me.
Well, that's what I was saying. I'm feeling that burden of
Yeah.
them, going through this even more in a horrible capacity. But I feel like that we're heading that way. Ugh.
Yeah.
We're still doing it. And I think
still
what's
doing it.
also what is giving me saving grace is that statistic that 69% of Americans are for it. So we have the power. So let's use it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, and
Absolutely.
Kat, to go off of that real quick, what you said, Molly and I's, age bracket and younger even are super politically active. And, you know, there are of course people, you know, older generations who still are politically active, absolutely. But it was never really a woman thinking for herself. It was a, what does my husband think? And I'm going to follow that type of thing.
Yeah.
But like even my wife, who is older than me, like super politically active, we are not going to go down without a fight. And we are not going to let the generations that came before us just go away.
Their voices aren't going to die with you.
Right.
They're not
Right.
going to die.
Yeah.
Those voices are still cheering us on.
Yeah.
Well, I want to say we did it once. We'll do it again.
Yeah,
Oh.
absolutely.
Like
Fuck
y'all are
yeah.
just making us come out in droves
Abso-fucking-lutely.
again.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's all
And
you're doing.
we're teaching our children, you know, Kat, like you said, your son, you have put him in a different bracket as a human. And we're doing the same. Like we're teaching consent from a super young age. We are teaching that it is okay to stand up on the right side of history. It is okay to stand up for the underdog and who's being oppressed. It is okay to speak your truth.
Yes.
So they think we're just gonna, you know, sit quietly in the corner. You got another thing coming in.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So, like Molly said, she's burning her bra. She's showing her titties at the Women's March. Like, if it happens, we are going to DC, people. We are rallying the troops. Let's go.
I'm not kidding.
So. All right. Well, on
But
that
super
note,
peacefully.
oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Well,
Molly
says maybe.
I mean,
There'll be so many of us, she won't be able to do anything anyway. She'll be like, guys, I can't move. I can't get out of here.
I won't throw the first punch. I'll just say that.
But
Right.
she damn well throw the last.
I mean,
Yeah.
like I said earlier, this will be a hill I die on. So,
yeah,
if I'm having stones thrown at me,
Bring it, bitch.
pick them up and throw them right back.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
But yeah, on that note, everybody, we are going to call it a night, but I'm sure we will have a follow-up episode because there's so much uncertainty in this Roe versus Wade overturning that we just don't know what's going to happen. So
no way.
we put all of our good vibes and thoughts and prayers and everything, or whatever you believe in, into the world, that it's not going to happen and we will still have the rights to our own body, but we shall see where our government leads us, if it's into the depths of hell or yeah, we'll see. But on that note, everybody, we will see you next week. We actually have a more upbeat show next week, I promise. It'll be lots of fun. We have an up and coming makeup artist on next week, so that'll be a lot of fun. But until then, we will see you all next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye.